Hey guys, so today we're checking out the Rough Country tow hook mounting brackets fitting on 21 and newer Ford Broncos. So if you're not a fan of your factory tow hooks and you're looking for something with more functionality to get more out of your recovery points on your truck, or you're just looking for some better off-road styling, this is going to be a great choice to take a look into. Now this kit will convert your factory tow hook into a D-ring shackle, making recovery on your Bronco just that much easier while you're out on the trail. Not to mention, this will also add more of a tough off-road look and allow you to customize your recovery, giving you a choice on what color or what type of shackle you want to run, which can personalize your truck just that much more. Now this kit will be completely bolt on and mount directly to your frame in place of the factory tow hooks, making this very straightforward and avoiding any modification. Now when it comes to the shackles, these will accept any 3/4 inch shackle, making it a solid recovery point for those just in case moments. Now these mounts will be made of a durable steel construction and have a nice black powder coat finish on them. They're going to match with really any other texture black or powder coated accessories that you'll have, and that powder coat is going to protect the steel underneath. Now this kit will also work with any front bumper that's designed to keep the factory tow hooks, allowing you to upgrade if you'd like in the future without having to remove this kit. Now when it comes to price, this will come in at roughly $150, making this incredibly affordable for what this is. Now the kit will make your life a whole lot easier when it comes to recovery, especially moving over to a shackle design. It opens up a lot more opportunity when it comes to recovery situations in comparison to your factory tow hooks. Not to mention, these will just add that off-road look that you may be wanting for your Bronco, and they're going to be directly bolt on, so you really don't have to do any modification, as where some other solutions may require that. So for $150, I definitely think that it's worth the price. Now when it comes to install, I'm gonna give this a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter, taking about 30 minutes to get the job done with the right hand tools, and one of our installers here is going to walk you through that step by step. So that's enough for my review. Let's go ahead and hop into the install.
For this install, you will need an impact, a ratchet, an extension, 13 and 15 millimeter sockets, and a 13 millimeter wrench. What's up guys, today we're going to be installing some tow hook mounts on our Bronco, so let's get started. So to get started, we're going to go ahead and attach our intercooler mounting brackets to our tow hook mounting brackets. Now the driver's side is going to be the round one, and the passenger side is going to be the more slotted one. So these are universal, doesn't matter which side, but these are side specific, so make sure you're doing the correct ones. And so we're going to go ahead and grab our 13 millimeter bolts with our flat washers. We'll go ahead and line our brackets up with our mounting holes. And we've got our first bolt in, and we're going to add our 13 mil flange nut to the back side here, inside of our bracket. So we'll get that one hand tight. Then we'll go ahead and get our other one in. Add our flange nut to the back of that one. And then what we're going to do is grab our 13 mil socket on our impact and a 13 mil wrench and go ahead and tighten these down. And then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So now we've come under the front of our vehicle, and we're going to need to remove our gravel guard first. So we'll grab our 15 mil socket on our impact and remove the 6 bolts holding it on. We have 2 right under the front bumper, 2 right behind the tow hooks, and then 2 in the rear as well. So for our 2 rear bolts, we're going to go ahead and switch out to our ratchet, just because it kind of wedges if you're on the ground if you have your impact. And these 2 you actually only have to loosen up. So we have those loose. Now we'll go ahead and loosen our 2 middle ones and remove those. So now that we have this down, we'll go ahead, pop this off, and we'll go ahead and set that aside. Now we'll go ahead and come to our tow hooks here. First thing we're going to do is pop our plastic covers off. Should just pop right out, just like so. So now we're going to come to our tow hooks, and what we're going to do is remove the front 15 millimeter bolt and just loosen the rear one, because we'll be able to slide this forward and remove it just like so. So we'll grab our 15 mil socket and extension on our impact. Go ahead and do that. Pop that one out. And we're gonna have to pop it off of this lower intercooler mount here. That's simply just pops off like that. And we can slide it back, remove our tow hook, and then we'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. So now we can go ahead and install our tow hook mounts. And if you look at the top of the mount here, we have this wider opening where our rear factory bolt that we left on is going to go through, and we'll slide it forward as far as it can go and install our front bolt and go ahead and tighten those right back up with our 15 mil socket on our impact. And you also want to pop that bracket back onto the lower intercooler mount. Make sure that's secure. We'll go ahead and get our factory 15 mil bolt started up front here. Now we'll go ahead and tighten our hardware back down with our 15 mil socket and extension on our impact. So once we have both of our tow hooks installed, we can go ahead and reinstall our gravel guard. Now you are going to have to slot this over your tow hook mounts and go ahead and kind of pop it into place. Just watch your fingers, but it will go back in. Go ahead and get that set. Just come under here. This is flexible, so you'll be able to slot your rear mounts back onto those bolts we loosened up in the rear fairly easily. Pop those back into place. So we'll get our front bolts loosely back into place. Again, these are our factory 15 mil hardware. We'll get those on. Then for our middle mounting bolts, we're gonna go ahead and reuse our factory bolts, but we're gonna add in a flat washer and flange nut for each side because we now don't have the threaded insert from the factory ones. So you can just reach back in here, go ahead and set that washer and nut in place. Now you can do this with just the washer and then the nut. Go ahead and get our washer in place. We can go ahead and add in our nut. Then we'll do the same thing for the other one, that we can come back and tighten them all down. So now we're gonna just use our 15 mil socket on our ratchet to tighten down all of our hardware. Now for those middle bolts that we added the nuts on, they are flange nuts, so if you get those hand tight, they will be tight enough to where you don't need a wrench for the back side. So now the only thing to note here is you will not be reusing those little plastic inserts for your factory tow hooks. And also these do not come with tow hook D-rings, so you will install the ones of your choice that you wish to purchase separately after installing these. Alrighty guys, that about wraps up our review and install of our Rough Country tow hook mounting brackets for your 21 to current Bronco. Thanks for watching, and as always, for everything Bronco, keep it right here at ExtremeTerrain.com.